Somebody call for the queen.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with it. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning. I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the folium. I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture me, you got the picture me. Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia. Ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly on. They calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look. Yeah,
what's going on, man?
Yeah, B-Rex better calm down. Yeah, if you go around, come around.
Not a whole lot, man. I like that name, man. Obi-Wan Beachy. Alright, man. Don't beat me up too bad, man.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel.
No, mommy's already given them some.
We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match
Rolling
up
with the Steelers,
with
huh?
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You from Pittsburgh?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for...
Oh, really? You don't like the Cowboys? Oh, gotcha. No, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Let's go.
I like them because they're the home team, but I grew up in the 80s, man.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, all in by Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I grew up as a Cowboy, man.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
He's that like 80. 44, 22, 44.
Here's the first shot for Le'Veon Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, yeah! Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Tight on the right. That like 30. Hey, we got 4.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And the hit charted loose. It's incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Already looked his way a couple of times on this.
I've seen that play many times.
Blue 30.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. His first catch.
You like that inside flats.
And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
A bit more muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown.
I'd say you're probably right. He may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
Now Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. This will be caught just inside the 10.
All right, here we go.
These two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate. Gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that's to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the ability to put it in the end zone.
Here's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And
All right,
he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he turned it into much more.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense. So the balls have got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Mike, 22 and 44. What's up, guys? Out of
the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a good decision.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
So
hey,
the Cowboys
doesn't matter.
A 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
4 down, check.
Here's Prescott. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. Still going. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent. And they had a receiver shaking with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Drops it underneath, Dahlia. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. No running out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
Nice hit, boy. Awesome. Tight end right. Hey, boys. 26.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look bad. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
41's the will. Switch.
Prescott to throw on 4th. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys are in for 6.
Great touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
We saw a great example when we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, that second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a third and 49. Roethlisberger will throw. Man open left side is Brown. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Left out! Set! Blue 30! Snickers, you gotta spin. I only brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
Let's go, the Steelers on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and 4.
Kings. Hey, guys, check me out. Jack 16. We got to stand up over there. These two. Watch 7.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Nice pick.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Austin's got it left side. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw first down. Nice effort to knock down, but it ended up second down.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
You'll love it, I promise.
So after a good run by Zeke, another first and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Here go 47. We got three, fellas. We got three.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A pair of first downs gives him a first and 10 up at the 44. To throw is Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon
Good defense.
Austin, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, more downs to play with.
Prescott to throw it. Flushed out right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A first down carry by Allen. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd down, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant right. That's caught by Cooper. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And the Steelers signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, get out, let's go, get out, get out. Tight right. Here we go, 47.
Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And his kick is right through.
Touchdown, baby.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Set! Blue 30. Let's go, let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Let's go.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
AB.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He's going to wind up in it into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on first down.
Hey, 47.
On play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to air one out. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
87's mine. Don't worry about that. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. Island over there. Single receiver.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas, where the Cowboys out in front. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the
Trying to take my head off?
22-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out?
think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and do it.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Thought you went out. No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut. Mayday. Bubbles and these models.
See, fellas,
It's popping out tip.
it's painful to be this good.
Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle of my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah. Shorty oughta been my me. Oh yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You know that I left. Yeah. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. Oh, look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground.
21.
We got to get it back.
Play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jalen Smith in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Let's go.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he would have called that one in.
Here's Ryan to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They needed 18 yards, and that's exactly what they got. And by the nose of the football, it's a first.
Hey, express! Hey, wait. 3 down. He's not up.
On first down, Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't begin. Let's go.
Again, Ryan going underneath. It's Coleman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking inside, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it's a second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter.
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw a short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and try to get a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some big shots downfield.
Now it's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progression to get the ball to him. So second catch on the drive, he may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to flip one out to his running back. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
Escaping the pressure right. This pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check 24.
They're going to run with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and goal.
Check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing the receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's Prescott. Completes it to Austin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the pass.
First down, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hey, watch the edge.
Prescott from the gun. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott off play action. Eluding the pressure right.
Check 31. Check 31.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Then we're going to 53. Tight end's right.
On 4th and do snap it to Prescott. Flushed out right. They'll let it fly for Austin. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
No doubt about it. People wonder what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive and capital. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Let's go. Double tight.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Wait! Tight end right. 21!
Out here in the eye. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Flushed it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. Coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan. Buying time to his left. It's going to be caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Why you cheating, bro? Why won't it let me pause or call timeout?
And Bryant's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Austin's got it left side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Bang, bang!
On play action, Prescott rolling to his right. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Intended that time for Cooper. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan.
Let's go one more.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is winning like this?
What they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football.
Here go 46.
Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
And we see another pitch and catch. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
3-3. Kid 21.
On 1st and 10, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Get out.
Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Swing.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Over the middle, he hits it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Eluding the pressure pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Pick six, baby.
It's Desmond Trufant. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting to drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know, that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Gun.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be about a 4 yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
Gun. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got express.
They'll throw on first down to Bryant. He's going to go for a big play. He's got a man complete. The 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 78 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now this play.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4 yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The big boys came out to play. I've been here, brother. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th.
Get up!
Line of scrimmage. Again, the 4 yard line. Second and goal. He's running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it Freeman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Let's get it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. Same story continues. He's the only one that scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he is the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
Get out there.
Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, your fun? All right,
Throwing out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vic Beasley
Swing to the field,
in
right.
there to bury
To the
him
right.
for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a
It's
big
coming
sack
now.
that loses that kind of yardage, not a great
Here we
start.
go, 47. Go. Get out there. 26.
Second down, Prescott.
Safety's creeping.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
going. Tight end to the right.
Here we go, 47.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Deion.